A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. Sacramento. In a bold move to address the growing crisis of homelessness in California, Governor Gavin Newsom announced a new model ordinance on Monday aimed at clearing persistent homeless encampments throughout the state. With over 180,000 residents experiencing homelessness, including a staggering 123,000 living outdoors, the governor's initiative comes as a response to the urgent need for action and compassion in dealing with this humanitarian issue. Governor Newsom's announcement is part of an intensified crackdown on homelessness, as he calls on cities and counties to act, without delay, to remove tents and encampments from public spaces. The governor emphasized that allowing individuals to suffer and die on the streets is not a compassionate solution. Local leaders asked for resources. We delivered the largest state investment in history. They asked for legal clarity. The courts delivered, Newsom stated. Now, we're giving them a model they can put to work immediately, with urgency and with humanity, to resolve encampments and connect people to shelter, housing, and care. The time for inaction is over. There are no more excuses. The model ordinance includes provisions that local governments can modify to fit their specific needs. Key elements of the ordinance include a ban on persistent camping in one location, a prohibition on encampments that block sidewalks, and a requirement for local officials to provide notice and offer shelter before clearing an encampment. This approach aims to establish effective enforcement procedures that prioritize notice, shelter, and services for those affected. Governor Newsom's initiative is coupled with a significant financial commitment, as he announced $3.3 billion in funding from Proposition 1, a voter-approved measure aimed at expanding behavioral health, housing, and treatment options for the mentally ill and homeless populations. This funding is in addition to the $27 billion the state has previously allocated to local governments to address homelessness. However, the governor's plan has faced criticism from advocates for the homeless, who argue that the state lacks sufficient supportive housing and shelter beds to accommodate those displaced from encampments. Despite this, Newsom remains firm in his stance, viewing homelessness as a pressing health and safety issue that requires immediate attention and action from local governments. Following a U.S. Supreme Court ruling last year that allows cities to criminalize unhoused individuals for sleeping outside, California has seen an increase in harsher anti-camping policies. The governor has warned counties that they risk losing state support if they do not take action to eradicate encampments and reduce homelessness. As part of his ongoing efforts, Newsom has previously issued executive orders requiring state agencies to remove homeless encampments from state property and has urged local governments to follow suit. The urgency of the situation is palpable, and as Governor Newsom pushes for comprehensive solutions, the spotlight remains on local leaders to take decisive action in addressing the complex issue of homelessness in California. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.